Good morning, and welcome everyone to another episode of Exposing the Business. It's your boy, the Swole brother Steve, coming to you live from the Exposing the Business studio. Well, folks, we got a pretty different show for you today. It's just me today. Tiante can't podcast this week, so all you got today is your Jack brother for this episode. Now, who's hyped? I mean, I'm hyped, but I'm always hyped. You guys should get hyped for this. I mean, you guys should really get hyped. You're just hearing me today. Cavemen and morons. It's just me. No one else, just me. You guys are in for a special treat. So, get ready, strap in, get ready to enjoy this ride of another episode of Exposing the Business. Want to shout out Ram, like we normally do. I'm going to shout out all the boys. Longo, Timo, my boy, what's his name? I forgot his name already. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Big Woo. But, since I'm doing this solo show, I'm not just going to try to keep you guys on here too long. It's just me today, so me and Townsend can't get into the little, rumble rant that we always get into that would last about 30 minutes. Then we finally get into our topics. None of that today. It's just going to be something pretty quick. First, we're going to run through this the sports world, the NFL, the NBA. But first, let me get through the NBA sports news real quick. But again, I'm going to say good morning, everyone. Well, you guys are probably, I don't know when you guys are listening, but right now it's 9:30 in the morning for me on a Wednesday morning, so it's pretty early. I got up early for you guys to do this show because I care about you guys. Got to make sure the fans, get what they want. Got to treat the fans well, But all right, go through this this basketball news first, NBA. All right, so the first Lakers scrimmage is going to be the vets versus the young guys. I like it a lot. It's going to make these young guys real tough. I've been the main one saying, everyone else is saying, oh, the Lakers aren't going to do anything this year. And I'm like, we got the best player in the world. We're going to do big things this year. He keeps saying that, these young guys aren't going to be ready. These young guys are hungry. They're starving. They're tired of being, people saying Lakers aren't nothing, blah, blah. We got 16 banners hanging in the Staples Center. And it's just funny how people quickly just forget just what the Lakers are. I mean, we are going to make the playoffs this year. My prediction is it will not be Golden State in the finals this year. It's going to be the Lakers. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Lakers fan. I'm just saying because you saw what LeBron can do with a bag of chips in Cleveland. He has much better players on this Laker team than he does in Cleveland. That's just me. I'm sorry. You look at that Cleveland roster, who on that team could go and create their own shots? Who could be playmakers on that team? You had a bunch of guys on that team that were 3-and-D guys. You had Kyle Korver, 3-and-D. J.R. Smith, 3-and, he wasn't great defense. I give it somewhat D. Kevin Love. Kevin Love is still a pretty good player, but he wasn't a player that he was in Minnesota. Let's be real here. Roddy Hood barely showed up. Jordan Clarkson, really? He was a Laker. We gave him that contract that at the time it seemed good, and in all reality, it was not a good contract to give him. Got rid of him. Larry Nance. I love Larry Nance. He brings athleticism. He brings energy, but to me, he's just a put-back dunker guy, can rebound, and that's about it. Athletic big man. On his Laker team, look who he had. He had playmakers. Lance Stevenson, Lonzo, Rajon Rondo. Kyle Kuzma was also smart with the basketball and couldn't handle it. Brandon Ingram. We have guys, Caldwell Pope. We have guys on this team that can score. They can be playmakers. LeBron doesn't have to do everything. LeBron wants to play more like Kobe did during his last two finals runs in his last couple years. Get the ball, back you down in the post, hit the fadeaway. That's what LeBron wants to start doing. LeBron wants to play for a long time. LeBron doesn't want to bang his body up. And by being on this Laker team with our playmakers, it's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. we beat Golden State before, this Lakers team without LeBron. We beat Houston before without LeBron. So you add LeBron, who's the best player in the world, in my opinion, the greatest to ever play the game. Who knows what we can do? And I just think the media should just stop just shunning us out. Oh, the Lakers aren't going to do this. Lakers aren't. They're done. They didn't add the right pieces. That's all bogus to me. It's all bogus. But more NBA stuff. Andrew Bynum, the former Laker, won 2 championships with us. I believe he was an all-star too. He wants to come back to the NBA. I saw his workout, and he looked like he can still play. So honestly, I think he could be a role player, nothing more. I don't know if he could be a starter in this NBA anymore. But I think he'll be a pretty good role player. We will see what happens. But if I'm the Lakers, we have an open spot. We need, they keep saying, we need, some more front court help, all this stuff. Honestly, I would bring Bynum in for a workout, see what he can do. When I sign him, I don't know. I got to see how his workout is. But I like our front court. I like JaVale McGee. To me, JaVale McGee's not a starter. But he brings energy. He can rebound. He can block shots. Mortis Wagner. I think that boy could be pretty good. You showed, in the NCAA tournament that he could be pretty good. I like his game. He can shoot threes. He brings energy. I like that. Zubac, role player, rebound guy. But we'll see. We'll see what the Lakers would do. They talk about even putting LeBron at the 5. Putting LeBron at the 5, he is going to tear these centers apart. Just imagine Andre Drummond trying to check LeBron. That's going to be... Drummond's going to have one heck of a game on his hands. Because LeBron's too quick for Drummond. But more news. So, apparently Danny Green was saying he thinks Leonard can stay in Toronto. Folks, I don't see it. I don't see Kawhi Leonard staying in Toronto. That's just me. He didn't want to be there. He did not want to be there to begin with. He wants to go to LA. He wants to be an LA band. Now he's not going to Paul George us and just say, oh well, the Lakers didn't want me. They didn't trade for me. So they always didn't want me. I still Paul George, get over yourself. So you wanted us to give up our second round, our number 2 overall pick in the draft, and more first round picks to get you, even though you were making it seem like that no matter what during free agency you were coming. The Lakers weren't going to do that. We weren't going to, mortgage our future for you. And that's just me personally. But I don't think Kawhi Leonard is going to stay. I think he's going to leave. Because you look at the East, they got to go through Boston, in my opinion. Boston is Boston is the king of the East right now. And behind Boston, I would say will be Milwaukee. Then behind Milwaukee, I'm honestly going to say the Wizards. I think the Wizards are going to be a pretty good team this year. That's what I think. We will see, but like I said, I've always been a big fan of John Wall ever since the UK days. I saw his mixtape when he was at Holy Cross. I loved me some Wall. I always liked Bradley Beal. I thought him and Will complement each other really well. And I think with the adding of Dwight Howard, it's going to be a pretty different, good season for the Wizards. By different, I mean they're going to surprise a lot of people. A lot of people. That's just me. Now, if nobody has heard, just talk about Anthony Davis. Probably about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, Davis went and he bought a house in LA. Probably about 15, 20 minutes from the Staples Center, maybe even 10 minutes from the Staples Center. People started wondering, what is that all about? Why is he buying a house in LA? Maybe it's just for vacation reasons. Davis, I don't think he wants to stay in New Orleans. Because look what New Orleans did. They made the playoffs last year, right? And they don't resign Boogie, who when him and Davis were on the court together was very scary. They let Rondo go, and he was big for them in the playoffs. I don't think Davis wants to stay in New Orleans. And also, a couple of days ago, with the big news is where everyone's wondering what's going on is he's fired his agent and he's looking for a new agent right now. And in the running for a new agent is LeBron's agent, Rich Paul, which is very interesting because Davis can opt out of his contract in 2020. But I was doing some snooping around on the internet and I found a trade scenario for the Lakers that they can do that personally I think can make the most sense for them and for the Pelicans if they would try to get Anthony Davis. So how about this deal? Lakers get Anthony Davis. We give the Pelicans Brandon Ingram, Montez Wagner, Isaac Bonga, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and a 2020 unprotected first-round draft pick. In my opinion, it's better than nothing. Brandon Ingram, I like Brandon Ingram's game. I still think he has potential to be an all-star. I personally do not see him being, he'll be a Kevin Durant superstar. I see all-star. If I'm New Orleans and you get in the sense that Davis doesn't want to stay with you guys long term, he's going to opt out of 2020, I'll pull the trigger. Get something good for him now instead of him opting out and walking away. That's just me. I'm not coming by biased Laker fan. That's just me. But just imagine the team of LeBron and Anthony Davis. We're not even going to talk about a third superstar coming. Just imagine a team with LeBron and Anthony Davis. And say if we still keep Lonzo and Kuzma. That's scary. That's a scary team. Folks, that is a really scary team. I mean, you talk about the Warriors. I mean, Davis, to me, top 5 player in the world. So you have the number 1 player in the world, LeBron, and you add another top 5 player in the world, in Anthony Davis. Folks, that's scary. That's very scary. Now, we're going to switch from the NBA to the NFL. It was a big week 1. A lot of, in my opinion, overreactions, but we're going to go through everything. But first, get some quick news out the way. Greg Olsen is going to rest his foot and see how it is. He got hurt on Sunday, and they were thinking he'll be done for the season. Well, apparently, he's going to rest his foot for, a couple weeks, see how it is. And then after the season, he's going to undergo foot surgery. No, I like Greg Olsen. Really good player. But that clock is ticking. I hope, he can stay healthy after this. I like him as a player. He's a good guy. Rooting for him. Another quick news. The Browns last year, during the trade deadline, tried to trade for Andrew Luck at the deadline. But the coach was like, even with our quarterback with a questionable shoulder injury, Browns, we're not giving you our franchise guy. Well, let's hope the Browns have made the right choice with Baker Mayfield. Personally, I don't think they did, but we will see. Now, some quick NFL draft news. So, just going to run through some quick tidbits for the draft, get the quarterbacks at least, because that's everyone's favorite position, quarterback, and that's the always big talk of the draft is the quarterbacks. So, Drew Lock from Missouri. Looks like he'll be the first quarterback to be taken in the draft. As of right now, that's what it looks like. It's early. But, I mean, he has the big arm. He's the gunslinger the scouts look for, And if you put weapons around him, that's what you got to do. You got to put weapons around him. You need to be patient. Now, his mechanics are kind of funky. You're going to have to fix his mechanics. But he's the kind of guy that you draft him, you let him sit there and learn. Don't just put him under the fire because you're going to set him up for failure. Then I would say he's number 1 quarterback. Number 2, I would say it's Herbert from Oregon. He's pretty good. Then 3, I would say Jarrett Stidham from Auburn. Those are my top 3 quarterbacks. But I have a dark horse in this. My dark horse, I say, is Ryan Finley from North Carolina State. If you look at the guy play, he reads the progressions fast. He can go through them fast. He doesn't have a wonderful arm that's going to wow you. That's the one thing. His arm's not going to wow you. But he has NFL style reads. He can throw with anticipation. He's a guy that can start right away. He's accurate, and he has a little bit of pocket mobility. But do I think he could be a franchise guy? I don't know. But we will see what's going on next couple months when the draft talk's not going to really heat up. The others not going to start getting cut on. Probably not until December when we start to see how the worst teams look and okay, who's quarterback hunting, who's doing this and that, and then that's really when draft season is going to really start kicking off. But here in Exposing the Business, we'll make sure to keep the draft talk coming. As soon as December comes and the oven gets all hot, we gonna have it ready for you, just like Grandma with her cookies out the oven, chocolate chip. Oatmeal raisin is nasty. All right, now I think we should go through these NFL scores from week 1. Just a little quick run through them. We had the Falcons and the Eagles. Eagles 18-12. Nick Foles, he did what I expected for the backup quarterback to do. He managed the game well. He didn't wow me, but he basically was, did his job. Gave the Eagles more time, so Carson doesn't have to rush back. Then we have Bengals and Colts. Bengals won 34, Colts 23. Andrew Luck came back, and he looks like he's the same Andrew Luck again. He can sling that football. I'm happy to have him back. He's a good quarterback. I always liked Andrew Luck. I would love to have him on my team. Got the Bills and Ravens. Ravens 47, Bills 3. I mean, the Bills just got massacred. I expect the Bills to be probably the worst team in the league this year. They have a terrible quarterback situation going on right now because Nathan Peterman is terrible. Josh Allen's not ready. So, folks, I mean, they're going to throw Josh Allen into the fire, and you better hope he could produce. Like I said, the scouts, Mayock, all Kuiper, everyone was saying, look, you draft this guy. He cannot play right away. He has to sit. He has to sit and learn. He's not a year 1 starter. And I'm sorry, but the Bills are about to make him a year 1 starter. They're going to mess him up. Then we got the Buccaneers and Saints. And I'm pretty sure me and Tiante both picked the Saints to win this game. And the Buccaneers played spoiled. Buccaneers 48, Saints 40. Ryan Fitzpatrick had one of those Ryan Fitzpatrick magical games that he'll produce every so often where he'll look incredible. You're sitting there saying, why couldn't this guy put it all together and be a franchise quarterback? I mean, he looked good on Sunday, but he's not a franchise quarterback. He's a backup quarterback. I guarantee you, next week he might play good next week, and then he'll be back to being Ryan Fitzpatrick being a backup, not being good. The Saints, defense is terrible. I mean, when can you often say the Saints have a good defense? And, I mean, I think the Saints are Super Bowl contenders, but they got to fix that defense, folks. That defense, I mean, when you lose a game like this to the Buccaneers, that should tell you this defense has to be fixed. We got to think of some scheme. We got to do something. Got to fix this defense. All right, Texans and Patriots. Patriots 27, Texans 20. That game was a weird game for me. Deshaun Watson looked like that he was not confident in himself. He looked like that I wouldn't say he was scared, but he just didn't like the same Deshaun Watson. He didn't like he was there. He just didn't look confident. That's just me. Hopefully he bounces back. Like I said, I like this guy. Dabo Swinney called him the Michael Jordan football. I wouldn't say all that, but I think Deshaun Watson can be pretty good. I mean, I think he has, future star written all over him. But the Patriots, being the Patriots, never win for them. Vikings and 49ers had the Vikings 24, 49ers 16. We saw what Kirk Cousins could do in this, with these weapons around him. The Vikings got the defense. They have the quarterback. I think the Vikings will go really far. I think they could be in the Super Bowl. Like I said, I always like Kirk Cousins. I'm glad that he got his money. He's playing for a good team. A team that he can win with. A team that that like I say, I don't hate the Redskins. I'm not a Redskin fan, but I got tired of Redskin fans complaining about Kirk Cousins, and then he doesn't want to be here, blah 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 blah. Well, the GM couldn't even say his name right. Instead of saying Kirk, he said Kurt. I'm sorry. If I'm the quarterback of your team, you want me to be your franchise guy, and instead of saying my name Steven, you say Stephen and keep doing Stephen instead of Steven. I don't want to be here either. Because you obviously, I wouldn't say don't care about me, but it's just like, you can't get my name right. So, I don't think I'm that important to this team. Then we got Dolphins and Titans 27-20. Dolphins, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and just, blow the horn on my Dolphins. It was good to see Tannehill back. He was Tannehill. He was pretty good for us. I'm glad to see him back. The offense is just funny because with him back, you can say, okay, Gates really designed his offense for Tannehill and no one else. And it was pretty obvious last year with Jay Cutler that he did this for. This offense was built for Tannehill and nobody else. I'm glad to see him back. Frank Gore, I believe he had like 61 rushing yards. Frank Gore, man, I like the addition of him. I like the attitude he brings, the leadership. He can still go. I love the addition. Can he still score 2 touchdown passes for us? Hopefully he had a big year for us. Of course, no Devontae Parker as usual. He has bust written all over him. He has not stepped up the way he's supposed to be. Hopefully this is the last year he's in a Dolphin uniform. Hopefully we can let him go. Next, we have Jaguars and Giants. I was watching this game on Sunday, rooting for the Giants to win. Saquon was struggling at first, but he ended up having a good touchdown run. Like I said, Saquon I think is gonna be a star. I mean, this kid looks like money. Jaguars won. Blake Bortles did pretty good, but we will see. We will see what else the Jaguars have in store this season. I don't think they'll be in a Super Bowl. That's just me. Giants. Eli did not look good on Sunday. He missed a lot of balls to Odell Beckham. If I'm a Giants fan, I gotta start paying more attention to that because it might be time to start worrying just a little bit. All right, now we got Steelers and Browns with a tie, 21-21. Now everyone's saying, "Oh my goodness, the Browns, they're not bad. At least they didn't lose. They finished in a tie." Folks, it's week 1. It's always overreactions of week 1. You got people saying Browns are going to win 9 games. Browns will be in the playoffs. Let's pump the brakes. First, the Steelers, their defense is horrible. The Steelers' defense is absolutely horrible. I mean, it is bad. And also, the Steelers just did not look like they were ready to play on Sunday. They looked like they were very distracted, weren't ready to play. James Conner did pretty good, but he's no Le'Veon Bell. Let's be real here, folks. He's no Le'Veon Bell. I say they pay Bill, give him his money. That's just me. But the Steelers did not look focused. Hopefully they could bounce back. But they were not ready to play. They obviously were not ready to play. To me, the Steelers are underachievers, man. I mean, they have a good. They got top 3 running back in the league. Quarterback, 2 Super Bowl champion, 2-time Super Bowl champion. Can throw it. He's still pretty good at his age. And you got Antonio Brown, top 3 receiver in the league. Underachievers to me. The Steelers, honestly, the Steelers should at least won another Super Bowl by now. They should have. Steelers should have won another Super Bowl by now. That's just me talking. They should have. They should have won another Super Bowl by now. Underachievers to me. Hopefully they bounce back, get their act together. The Redskins, 24-6. Good win for the Redskins. Alex Smith looked really crisp. I always like Alex Smith too. Hopefully he does, pretty good things with the Redskins. Adrian Peterson looked pretty sharp. Cardinals. I give them 3 more weeks. If they still look bad, I say Rosen, you're ready to get in there, and you see what you got with Rosen. Chiefs, 38-28 over the Chargers. Patrick Mahomes, boy, and it's funny because I gotta apologize to this man because I kind of slammed him last week. Talking about, I got Patrick Mahomes in my fantasy. I didn't trade him now. I think he's still on my team on the bench. I probably start him this week, but that boy can sling it. I mean, that arm is quick, boy. That arm is quick. I believe his dad was a baseball player for a couple years too. But I mean, like I said, I'm starting to warm up to Mahomes, man. He could sling that. He could sling that football. He could sling it. And Tyreek Hill, gosh, that man is fast. That man is extremely fast. And that catch he made on Sunday, goodness gracious. All right, then we got the Cowboys and Panthers. Panthers 16, Cowboys 8. Good win for the Panthers. Cam Newton was being Cam, had a nice rushing touchdown. Like I said, I always like Cam too. Cam-nacious. Flash that smile, Cam. And you had the Cowboys only with 8 points. You had Dak Prescott, Captain check down. But they hope they figure it out. Because about week 5, they had not figured it out yet. And Cowboy fans, hit that panic button. Because might got to find a new quarterback. Definitely a new coach. And you got the Seahawks and Broncos. Broncos 27, Seahawks 24. Pretty good game. I believe Russell threw an interception in the final minutes. I can't really remember what happened at the end, but it's going to be a different year. But Russell, his stat line, 298 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I wish he cut down on interceptions. Broncos, Case Keenum, 329 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So both quarterbacks combined threw 5 interceptions. It's. I think I picked the Broncos to go like 6-10. Like I said, it's still early. We will see. Next game we got Bears and Packers. Boy, I was watching that game. When Aaron Rodgers went down, I said, "Oh boy, that's it." Because I like Kaiser, big Kaiser fan, Notre Dame fan. I was always saying Kaiser had the most potential in that draft. He's a guy that you have to just wait for him and let him learn. But seeing him in the fold on Sunday night, you obviously can tell that he wasn't ready. And I'm glad Rodgers came back because Rodgers, it was a good baby face moment. Come back from being caught into the locker room, wins the game for him. I'm sorry, Rodgers, he's in that GOAT territory. He's in that GOAT territory with Brady. I understand he only has 1 Super Bowl ring, but Rodgers, I'm telling you, that man is just incredible. He's incredible. Next, you have... I want to go back to the Packers-Bears game. Khalil Mack, stud. Guy is a stud. Let's just hope that the Bears don't waste another star defensive player like you did with Urlacher. Went to a Super Bowl and they lost. Never went back. Let's hope, folks, they don't waste this. This Khalil Mack is special. Very special. Next, we got the Jets and the Lions on Monday Night Football. Jets surprised me. I thought the Lions would put on a better show. I thought Matt Stafford would be much better. He threw like 5 interceptions. He got to do better. Sam Darnold looked pretty good. Like I said, it's week 1. Got to see more. He has the Dolphins this week. So it's going to be an interesting game. Now we got Rams and Raiders, and oh boy, Derek Carr ruined Jay Gruden's return to football on Monday night. Folks, he ruined it. He just ruined it. I mean, all the interceptions he threw, he was sloppy. He was very sloppy. You know, the Rams played the game of, for the first half, we're going to hang with these guys, see what they're all about. Second half, we're going to just put the gas on the pedal. You got to beat these Rams early, boys. You got to beat them early if you want to beat them. You got to beat them early. You got to play smart. If you look at that defense they got, I think I was counting yesterday between Sue, Donald, Talib, Marcus Peters. Between the four of those guys, I believe you have like maybe 12 or 13, maybe even 14 Pro Bowl appearances between all of them. This defense is a stud. And then on the offense, Jared Goff, look good. Todd Gurley, good. Like I said, you want to beat these Rams, you're gonna have to be able to hang with them. You gotta score early on them. Score early, folks. Now, time for my week 2 predictions. I'm going to run through that real quick. How good are we on time? We're 31 minutes in, and folks, like I said, I'm not going to hold you guys for a whole 60-minute long podcast episode for the first part. I'm not doing that. It's just me today. Tiana's not here to we can go back and forth and debate each other, and me going, what? Disrespectful. You are disrespectful. Can't do that today because Tiana's not here, but he's here in spirit. Okay, so we got the Ravens and Bengals tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football at 8:20. The Ravens look good week 1, but it was week 1 playing against the Bills. I think it'll be a whole different story this week. Give me the Bengals. Coming off that big win against the Colts, give me the Bengals 21, Ravens 14. Next, we got the Chiefs and Steelers. Give me the Chiefs over the Steelers. Give me the Chiefs. I say 28, Steelers 14. Next, we got Dolphins and Jets. Like I said, St. Darnold looked really good. I guess the Lions to me also weren't prepared to play on Monday night. But I'm going with my Dolphins. I'm going with the score though. I think it'll be 21-17 Dolphins. Next, we got the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Give me the Eagles, because at least they have a good defense. I don't think that it's going to be a explosion of offense, but give me the Eagles. Give me the Eagles 17, Buccaneers 3. Next, we got the Browns and the Saints. I think the Saints go in there and make up for last week. Give me the Saints 28. Give me the Browns 14. Next, we got the Colts and the Redskins. That should be a pretty good game, folks. Give me the Colts. But give me the Colts 28-21 over the Washington Redskins. Next, we got the Chargers and the Bills. Chargers. And I think it'd be something like 34-0. Next, we got the Vikings and the Packers. Now, first, I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is playing. He's lobbying to play on Sunday. But I'm just going to say with Aaron Rodgers playing, give me the Vikings. Vikings over the Packers. But give me 27-21. Next, we got the Panthers and the Falcons. I'm going with the Falcons. Even though they're missing their linebacker, Deion Jones, I believe he's out for the year. Still, give me the Falcons over the Panthers. I say along the lines of 21-17 Falcons. Just imagine they still had Kyle Shanahan as offensive coordinator. Gosh, that one thing on Kyle Shanahan, he can coach some offense now. Next, we got Texans and the Titans. Give me the Texans. Delaney Walker's out for the year. That's Mariota's safety blanket. He's gone for the year. Tough injury. I like Delaney Walker. He's a pretty good ball player. But give me the Texans over the Titans. I say give me the score of, 14-10 Texans. Next, we got Cardinals and the Rams. Rams. Give me the Rams. And I think the Rams, we're going to have a score of 48-7 in our hands. Next, we got the Lions and the 49ers. This is going to be a tricky game for me. Jimmy Garoppolo, the 49ers got to get him some help. Got to get them boys some help, but they're going to waste Jimmy G. They're going to waste him. He didn't have a great game last week. his first loss of his career, but I think he's still gonna be a pretty good quarterback. But as of right now, they gotta get that man some help in the worst way. They gotta find it somewhere in the worst way. But excuse me, folks. Give me the Lions. I say 28-21. Next, you got the Raiders and the Broncos. I'm going with the Oakland Raiders. Raider Nation. I'm going with them. I think that the Raiders are going to bounce back. I think Gruden's going to chew Carr out, because let's be real here. Gruden likes Carr. Gruden said during his quarterback camp in 2014 to Carr, I would love to coach you someday. I wish I was your coach. He loves some Carr. I think Carr's going to bounce back. So give me Raiders and Broncos. Give me the Raiders over the Broncos. I say 17-14 Raiders. Jay Gruden gets his first win coming back. Next, you got the Patriots and the Jaguars. Rematch of... Is it a rematch of last year in the conference championship? Yeah, I believe it is. I think... Now, Brady's not going to make the same mistakes that Eli Manning made. He's not going to overthrow people. Give me Patriots over the Jaguars. Give me Patriots 34, Jaguars 28. Next, we got on Sunday Night Football at 8:20. We got them boys. How about them Cowboys? We got the Cowboys against the Giants. I think Saquon's going to have a big game. I think he's going to have his first 100-yard rushing game and 2 touchdowns. Give me the Giants over the Cowboys, 21-14. Next, we got the Seahawks and the Bears. Give me the Seahawks over the Bears. Give me Seahawks 24, Bears 17. I think Khalil Mack might have 2 sacks this game too, by the way. All right, that is my quick rundown of my predictions for the scores for week 2. I think this is all I got for the sports segment for you guys. This week. I know you guys probably saying, "Dang, I wish Steve had more," but hey, cavemen and morons, this is all you're getting today for the sports section. Now I will be back to give you my wrestling portion of the show. In the wrestling portion, I'm going to give you guys a little appetizer of what's going on. I'm going to give you my Hell in a Cell predictions for this Sunday. Going to talk about some, what's going on in the wrestling world, some little quick news. Going to kind of review, not going through every SmackDown and Raw match, just going to kind of nitpick through, what stood out to me on Raw and SmackDown. And, yeah. And that's going to be all in the wrestling part of the show. Hope you came in and morons are still listening. I know you're probably sitting there saying, "Oh, I wish Deontay was on here too. It's so boring without Steve." I hope you guys aren't thinking that. I hope not. I'm trying to be entertaining for you guys. Hey, it's hard doing a one-man show. It's very hard doing a one-man show. Very hard. But all right, I will be back in a few with the wrestling part of the show. Stay tuned, cavemen and morons. Stay tuned.